Hey folks, welcome back to Gaming Garbage, where we take a look at games, chat about the gaming news in the industry, and of course, stream for fun. Today we're taking a look at Sniper Elite Resistance. This has been a series that's been going on for actually quite some time. This is our 5th installment of Sniper Elite, and we're going to go over, the settings, the loadouts a little bit. We're not going to go over the shooting range. I'm just going to share about that, but yeah, we'll of course do some gameplay as well. So, all in all, the short end of the story is that this is very much more of the same. It's on the same engine, it's a lot of the same mechanics, a lot of the same movements, a lot of the stuff we like about the game, and also a lot of the same stuff we don't like about the game. So, like close quarters camera angles and all of that stuff. Third person can always be a frustration with that, but we have multiple different weapons. As you can see on your bottom right, as I start going through this, you can see what mission you have to complete in order to actually start accessing the weapons and upgrades and equipment and everything else. And that's one thing I don't remember from number 4. I remember it as more like a progression system, like with experience, but this you actually either have to like find the workbench in a certain mission, or like for the parts, or you actually have to finish a mission in order to unlock some of the gear. Also, yeah, we still have the normal grenade bandages, teller mine decoys, satchel charges, all of that stuff. And again, you have to complete missions in order to actually unlock all of this stuff. So, which is kind of a bummer. We also have skills. These skills work in campaign and also in co-op. And there's basically different types. So there's combat. Just real quick, there's like when you're down, knowing where enemies are, being able to throw stuff back. We also have equipment too, which means you can carry more, basically, of everything. And then also body, which you can do better at cardio. You have longer focus. You can increase your health, and all sorts of good stuff. So pretty simplistic there. We also have 4 different loadouts. So we have the campaign, Axis Invasion, which is where you actually invade someone else. We did also have that in Sniper Elite 4. We also have a survival, which is just basically waves of enemies until you go down. And then we also have a multiplayer. Of course, you can have, there's different perks, there's different skills you can work on or whatever, and there's also character customization. There's actually quite a few that are actually available from the start, and then as you complete, a certain number of kills, as in that type of game mode, you unlock more skins, which honestly is pretty sweet. We also have headgear as well, and as far as I can tell, for the most part, all of this is actually unlocked for the access. But yeah, if you want to do this for the other game modes, you actually have to complete these. In the end, it's completing all campaign missions. So that is a lot of the game. Again, it's not a progression, kind of like I was hoping for. It's more or less, and I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it was simply just like a experience progression system. But this, you actually have to find workbenches and you have to do the campaign. The shooting range, you can practice all the way out to 1,000 yards, which is pretty good. Every single type of ammo, every single type of weapon. So you can literally practice everything. You of course have your service record, and so you can see what your collectibles are for what, your medals, your ribbons, and then there's also tutorials to just in case you think you're missing something. There's also, if you notice, a prestige mode back there. For the different types of settings, you can allow Axis invasions on or off. I'm just going to do the first mission where we don't have invasions there. You can also select what region you want your multiplayer to be, whether there's crossplay, connection rating, all of this kind of stuff. I'll actually do medium, so I can play with more folks around the world. Your amount of bullet cams, how often you want your bullet cams and kill cams and stuff. Multiplayer camera, you can change all of this kind of stuff, which is really nice. You can also your brightness and motion blur and your tutorials. Your controls, well, you can basically choose a different type of layout if you wish. But yeah, you can't exactly change all of the buttons yourself. You can't completely customize it, which is kind of a bummer. You can also change all of your sensitivity, which, yeah, let me actually tip this up a little, because I feel like this is like really slow. You have your audio, which is pretty standard. You do also get to change some stuff with voice chat, which is nice. Your accessibility, a lot of the same type of stuff, whether you want to disable binocular distortion or camera shake, colorblind mode, your motion blur, stuff with your HUD. Again, the tutorials, the how much aim assist you actually have and all of that. And yeah, all sorts of different stuff. And then, yeah, you can also change your sensitivity for all of the different types of sights that you have. So scope, iron sights, and just regular sensitivity itself. You can also tweak your HUD too if you want to. So how long chat shows up, your range adjustment, all sorts of stuff. So they got a fair amount of actual settings here to kind of play how you want, how difficult or how easy you want to play, which is pretty nice. And let's go ahead and get into the first mission here. You can host a game if you want. People can drop in, drop out, as far as I understand, or at least put it up in the queue. Well, maybe you can't do drop in, drop out. Maybe not. You can also find a co-op game if you want. And then there's also propaganda challenges. These are basically separate missions. And if you complete them or you're successful, then you're able to, of course, get the rewards and then able to unlock the next mission all the way to the very end. There's also DLC as well, which is, of course, assassinating the H-Man and all that good stuff. You can also just do straight Axis invasions. We'll do this too after the main mission multiplayer and then, of course, survival. So we'll select a mission. We'll do number 1.
Okay, chaps! Tight formation! Straight and level! Let's get this done and go home! Frank! Much heavier than expected! Forward! On the Loadouts! We're going up! Abort! That flak's thick enough to walk on! We've got fuel for another run, but Hawker's gonna have to take care of those cannons!
What I think, too, is kind of funny is that there was so much flak there from just a couple of guns, it wouldn't be anywhere close to that thick.
A whole lot of Nazi schemes around here. That bridge should give me a better look at the defenses. Taking out those flak batteries on the dam is a top priority. And I need to find a way to build up the pressure behind the dam, so we make the biggest mess possible when those Lancasters hit their target.
They're all running behind that, which is frustrating.
Ausrüstungsinspektion durchgefallen. Der Oberst war außer sich und hat den Generatorraum auf dem Damm aufgewärmt.
Oh, you can hear what they're
Wir
saying.
reden hier von Hans. Keine Ahnung, ob das einen Unterschied macht.
That might be a new one. I don't remember that in any of the others. Just for my own personal experience, I've played since Sniper Elite 2. So I've been playing these quite a bit. I finished 2, I finished 3. I did not finish 4. There's just other stuff I wanted to play. Alright, that should be a good place to start. One thing, too, is there's still quite a few Germans around. There's more than you think, even on the first mission. So you still got to pay attention. You still got to be stealthy. But again, everything you would expect is exactly how it is, so let's get to work. Oh no. Ho ho ho! It's gotta be just the top of his scalp. No, he moved. Lucky. His face when he was going down. I was kind of curious. As you can tell, I love the cinematics. I really do. I mean, I grew up with The Matrix. What do you expect? Just barely again. Man, I used to be really good. I'm like way out of practice. I used to practice, yeah, without cheating and just take the consequences. That counted as a headshot? What? That wasn't a headshot. Not even close. Was it because he turned, maybe, when I shot? That'd be interesting. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm still sick, as you guys can hear. But slowly on the mend again. I've gotten sick so many times the last 6 months. The last 12 months, really. It's been a while. If you guys watch my content on YouTube, you would know.
If the Germans have any sense, there'll be enemy snipers up ahead. Got a clear shot on the controls next to those overflow pipes. Hit those, and the water pressure behind the dam is going to start building quick as anything. That's one pipe dealt with. One to go.
Excuse me.
That's both pipes sealed. Dam's going to be fit to burst in no time.
Yeah, if the coughing gets too bad, I'll just take my mic off when I'll be coughing.
Could be climbable. Good job they called me Spider in basic. Enemy troops ahead. Dealer's choice. Loud and fast, or slow and quiet. Gonna be fewer Nazis see tomorrow either way.
Bestätigt!
Yeah, you gotta be able to find these workbenches. Excuse me. Each mission has one. But yeah, in order to get some of those upgrades, again, you gotta find the workbenches themselves. Instead of just ranking up or leveling up in the game. There's also locations too that are gonna also allow you to use different guns that you
Submachine
don't
gun is
have
ready.
yet.
Fast and efficient.
The frustrating thing is that these guns you can't get more ammo for. And I'm pretty sure you used to be able to do that.
Tall grass. Itchy, but stealthy. Calm and quiet. I could use this SMG.
So yeah, as you can see,
This is proper useful.
the weapons that you pick up, you can't actually get more ammo for. Doesn't matter if they're really nice or special. Doesn't matter if they're just kind of like again basic weapons. What you go in with is going to be your
Nothing a good old satchel
your
charge
mainstay
can't
for
topple.
what you're going to be using in the
The way
game, and
they're
I think
set
that's
up,
frustrating because
I might
you
be
can
able to
find
make
better
them shoot
weapons,
each
but then
other.
you're not really
Save myself a
rewarded
bit of
as much
bother.
as you used to be in the previous games. And I think
sniper
that's kind of
rifle.
frustrating.
I know
And
it
all
like
of
the
them that
back
you
of
find
my
are all
hand.
like this. So I just think that's tough. Because yeah, they shouldn't be limiting you on different weapons. I mean, if you want to pick up more ammo, you should be able to do that. Oh no, there's another guy right on the other side.
Moment mal.
All right then, off we go. That's the cannons dealt with. The bomber should have a clear run at the dam now. That'll do it. Need to get moving before our Lanks blow this place to hell. Toe Kruger, after dealing with whatever, brought some local resistance in a tizzy.
Prepare for release! Payload ready, Skid! Bombardier, you have control! Roger that! Coming up on the release point! Steady! Steady! She's away! Running! 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 Impact! Detonation confirmed! All flights, this is Foxtrot Leader. Mission successful. Target destroyed.
Easy now. Let's not do anything we might regret. Carillon, I take it. My mate Morris. We need to go
You
find...
are the SOE agent?
Name's Hawker. Harry Hawker.
We have your man from Station 12. Come. Time is of the essence.
Welcome to the Resistance.
So yeah, a few things like with the map. Excuse me. The first one is, of course, really small, just to get your feet wet. They do get bigger, of course, as you progress through the game. Though, having seen a few missions, whether through actually just playing the campaign or doing Axis invasions, which we're going to do that next, what I'm seeing is that the maps aren't as big as I remember. I remember them being a little bigger in number 4. And maybe roughly the same size in number 3. And so I feel like there's a little bit of regression there, unfortunately. And 2, we have some of the same issues, like with close quarters combat in a building with the camera angles and having trouble seeing and stuff. And I even see that too with doing Axis invasions, which we'll try that next. So yeah, that part can be pretty frustrating. So far, you know, generally too, there's also getting stuck on stuff, hung up on things, sensitivity not quite being right, so you need to be able to play with some of those. There's also some shader issues as well. There's pop-in for textures. We even got to see that at the very beginning of the cutscene of the first mission. And so yeah, there are a few things that still seem unrefined that don't really seem improved or better. So let's see if I can survive here and not get killed. Now, what does happen is a lot of the players that get invaded, they just commit the sue and just start over. Which, yeah, this guy's already kind of screwed over. I can't jump that. There's some of those, too, where I feel like there should definitely be, you know, the ability to shift or get over. Quick trick, though, if you do get invaded. Of course, you can turn it off in the settings, but if you forget for whatever reason, or you're in a really challenging part of the game, and you do get invaded, just pull the Ethernet, or disconnect from the internet, from your console. The game will still run and play just fine. There's no internet connection issues. Just yank it if it's wired, disconnect it if it's Wi-Fi, and they'll disappear, and your mission will just keep running on without a hitch. So I've tested that myself. Oh, you can get invaded. Oh no, maybe I'm seeing further into the story than I should. Yeah, I wish I wasn't sick, didn't have my cough, but unfortunately, I do. Thing is, I gotta figure out where this guy is. This is actually a good one. He's got to be somewhere.
Nehmt alles auseinander!
I'm so far away from one. Nice. He was a pretty good one, and he didn't quit right away, which was nice. There's actually some competition there. But yeah, one thing still with this game is that the camera angle is brutal. It doesn't feel wide enough. The mechanics still feel clunky. They're, of course, using the same engine. They're putting these games out like every 3-ish years. Once every 3 years. So there's no, like, major overhauls. And I feel like, too, with this one, some of the changes that they have done to the game, like not allowing you to pick up more ammo for a gun you find in the field, I think that's ridiculous. Because, again, they're all about authenticity, but it kind of breaks the immersion. And, yeah, that is just kind of frustrating for me personally. But yeah, overall for the game, it's going to be pretty much the same. So, yeah, I mean, you can decide whether you'd like to pay full price or not. This is also on Game Pass Ultimate. That's how I'm playing it. So you can definitely get it, quote, cheaper if you play a lot of games throughout the year, throughout the month. Oh, I haven't been to this one yet. I don't think so. And it's just one. So he was still in here. I got him. Nice. Can I actually change my gun yet? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So far, I haven't had anyone quit. I'm really surprised by that. I had one night where, good grief, it was almost every single one. I probably tried 5, 6 different invasions, and yeah, they all quit. Even the ones where there were pairs. I can't wait for this cough to go away. Working on it. Oh boy. I'm pretty done. Good job, bro. He must have just started the mission. Yeah, I thought he was further ahead. So yeah, that's basically the game. Is you know, again, there's no crazy changes. A few bugs and issues are still there. There's still, yeah, like the invasion aspect is fun, but it's nice you can turn that on or off or whatever. There is a lot of accessibility. There's a lot of different options for HUD, aim, how you want some of the gameplay to go. You can't change any of your controls, but you can change different presets, which is nice. So yeah, there's a lot of like options and settings you can tweak in the game. But as for the gameplay itself, it feels very much the same. And in some cases, it actually feels worse from like a gameplay sneaking around point of view. Because playing number 3 and playing especially number 4, I feel like the worlds in those were better set up. They were a little more tight. They weren't quite as open. Some of the maps that I've seen so far in Resistance are pretty good and also pretty large. But yeah, I feel like they're a little more guided in this one than in number 4. And 4 just felt a little more realistic, a little bit more kind of risky. So, but yeah, and the other big thing that I don't like is the fact that you have to play the missions and complete them. And you also have to find the workbenches in order to actually unlock stuff in the game. And that's for your equipment, that's for your guns, that's for your attachments, pretty much everything. And that's really frustrating. The only actual XP that really benefits you in the game is unlocking your skills. Everything else is put behind missions and challenges. Now, some of the challenges are, of course, okay. I think those are fine. And they do give you a fair amount of like different skins and stuff to swap for your character. But again, all of the guns and the attachments, it's not a progression system. It's locked behind missions, and that's frustrating. Not exactly sure why they did that. Also, too, the fact that you also can't pick up more bullets for guns you pick up in the field. Just what you take with you is what you can pick up ammo for, and it was not that way in number 2, 3, or 4, and why they changed that for 5, I have no idea. That is incredibly frustrating. If it's a really powerful weapon, okay, like a Faust or something, yes, I can see making that change for some of those types of weapons, but this is every single type of weapon you can pick up in the game. It kind of reminds me of a Star Wars Outlaws mechanic, where it's like you can just pick up the gun and whatever amount of ammunition it has is what it has, and that's basically it. So you gotta rely more on getting all of the missions actually complete, and so then they're paywalling a lot of the game, in my opinion, of what you really want to unlock and progress toward. They're campaign walling a lot of that behind doing the missions and completing the game. So that means the best stuff in the game is going to be at the end of the game when you've already beaten it. And not everyone's going to want to play through a second round, and not everyone's going to want to try to do that, and you should make it more accessible if people wish to do that. Because what I used to do is play multiple campaigns over toward the beginning so that I had more variety toward the end of the game in playing in different play styles or fine-tune things. But in this game, I'm not necessarily going to be able to do that because, again, I got to find those workbenches, I got to beat those missions. So overall, it's what we expect. There's, again, not a lot of improvements. Some of the same issues that we have from previous games. It's just more Sniper Elite, right? Think of it as like a really big expansion. So, thanks for tuning in, folks. You can always follow me at GamingGarbage22 over at YouTube. You can also follow me over at Twitch, which you can see everything there first if you like. I stream everything through Twitch and then take the VOD files and put it over to YouTube. YouTube is just a little bit more refined. Some of the videos are going to have chapters, but I also have gaming news and deep dives in the industry and campaign playthroughs, and then, of course, initial looks and reviews when we can do them. Don't forget, we also have Chronos, the new Dawn. Thank you guys, too, for voting. We're going to be doing that as soon as it comes out this year, which hopefully it does. If it doesn't come out, then we're going to be waiting for Crimson Desert, which I'm also pretty excited for that one. So either way, it's a win-win for me. So hopefully you guys are doing well. And yeah, if you enjoy the content, go ahead and share it. That'd help me out. And so, yeah, with that, folks, we'll see you guys on the next one.